All right, so you know I love my tea. And this morning we have some interesting, really highly detailed tea, and it concerns insurance in the state of California, which has suffered terribly due to the wildfires. And they've been having issues for years with the insurance commissioner. That's an elected position. And the guy who's been in office, he's been doing it since 2018, constantly refusing rate increases. And so insurance companies like State Farm have been losing money. Other insurance companies have fled the state because insurance companies are not charities. They have to be profitable. Anyways, they got down on their hands and their knees recently and they begged State Farm for an emergency 22% premium increase because they figured that the state commissioner would see how much they've suffered with the recent losses, which have just been absolutely financially devastating to the insurance market as a whole. And they thought maybe he's seen the light, even though he's caused many of the problems. He has tried to correct them a little bit. 2025, oddly enough, surprisingly, is the very first year that insurance companies have been allowed to use computer modeling to predict risk, right? Like computers have been around forever. Modeling has been a thing for what, 20 years longer? Anyways, this is the first year they're allowed to do that, right? And it had nothing to do with the fires. That's how backwards the situation in California is. Anyways, the commissioner did not see the light and he said no rate increases and let's have a meeting. That's what the insurance commissioner said, believe it or not. And this is State Farm's response. We are very disappointed that the commissioner ignored his department's recommendation to take the critical and necessary step to approve State Farm General's request for interim rate increases associated with our June 2024 filings. So that's them saying the very smart people who know how insurance works in your own department recommended that you accept the rate increases, and you didn't. Here we go. This lack of approval sends a strong message to State Farm General about the support it will receive to collect sufficient premiums in the future to protect Californians against the risk of loss to their homes. And they're like, oh, all right, you're not gonna let us be profitable? We're going to have to lose money in your state and operate as if we're a charity? And they go on to say, we have gone to great lengths to clearly answer the questions outlined by the commissioner. That's them saying, we've had plenty of meetings. We have nothing to talk about that's new. You know the score. While we're positioned to handle all of the claims associated with the most recent wildfires, State Farm General must seriously consider its options within the California insurance market going forward. And they've been doing business there for 100 years. They are now saying that this is the final straw. And if California doesn't start allowing them to be profitable, they're going to peace out. That's literally what they're saying. I can imagine how that meeting is going to go. The State Farm's reps' voices are probably going to be elevated. They may say things to the insurance commissioner like he should learn how insurance works, or perhaps he should become better educated. But yeah, it's just wild. California is going to spiral because if State Farm leaves, I can only imagine how many other insurance companies are going to see this and be like, this is madness. They don't want us to be profitable. We're gone. So I guess it'll be the fair plan for everyone, which is wild because the situation is so bad with costs that you just have to wonder if the insurance commissioner from years ago, starting in 2018, had just allowed the private market to charge whatever rates they felt for their own individual business plans were acceptable. Would it have been worse than what the fair plan charges? We'll never know. But I mean, the fair plan is so bad, it really makes you kind of ask the question. Anyways, this is the kind of tea I am drinking right now, and I do feel really bad for the people who've been affected by the wildfires. But I just think it's insane that California is, they're just like, we're going to pretend we don't know how insurance works. Really? Like there are no adults in state government. That's wild.